So, working with quantum energy to manifest things into your life is beyond cool once you've got it working. Once you figure out the mechanics of it, once you've got it, things coming into your life, this is awesome. But then you start wondering, now that I know this, now that I have these techniques, what else can I do with them? So stick around, let's talk about that, okay? As we are practicing manifestation, we are learning about quantum energy and how our control of our own quantum energy allows us to connect with a greater energetic field of the world to bring in what it is we desire. That's the basics of manifestation, right? So then the question becomes, if I have this control over this quantum energy, what else can I do with it? I mean, truly, there's more to it than just saying, hey, I want to have this awesome new opportunity show up in my life. Right? There has to be. So right now we're going to talk about one of the ones that people are tending to shy away from a little bit because it's spooky. And that is quantum mediumship. Yeah. I'm going there. So, first of all, let's look at the science behind quantum mediumship. We're going back to the same basic posits that we use for all of our quantum manifestation. We are energetic beings. Our energetic self extends beyond this physical vessel that we happen to be in. As an energetic being, we project an energetic field that can interact with any other energetic field. Energetic fields are not limited by distance, time, or any other thing that we perceive as a separation. So those are the four basic posits, right? This is what we've all been working with quantum manifestation. As we move past feeling constrained by these posits, we know we can bring in whatever we want. Now, what does this have to do with quantum mediumship? Well, the first thing is you're an energetic being that is temporarily housed in a physical shell. What happens when that physical shell stops working? I mean, we are all designed with some planned obsolescence, right? Otherwise, we'd be immortal, like the jellyfish. So what happens to that energetic self once the physical shell isn't working? Well, let's look at another form of an energetic medium contained within a physical embodiment. Television. You have your TV. You're watching your favorite show. Suddenly, your TV breaks. Could be the kids running through the room and hit it with a ball and the LCD screen fractured. Could be you had a TV older than dirt and it just gave up the ghost. For whatever reason, your TV is not working anymore. Now that show that you were watching, that's still being broadcast, isn't it? Even though you cannot physically see the results of that broadcast, it's still going out over the airwaves. I mean, yeah, here you were neck deep in your favorite murder mystery, and suddenly you can't see that anymore, but it still exists. It's still being broadcast. Other people can still pick it up. This is no different than understanding how what we generally refer to as the spirit, how our energetic self continues on even after our physical vessel no longer works. Yes, we are not interacting directly with the 3D world in the same way anymore, but we still exist. The broadcast that is us, the energetic thought form that is us, still exists. It still grows, it still learns, it still changes, which is why when you have people who do come back into a physical vessel more than once, they often are very different from the way they were before. It is all part of the growth process that we choose to continue on as energetic beings. So what does this mean for quantum mediumship? You are an energetic vessel. As an energetic vessel, you have the ability to interact with every other energetic being. Whether you can physically see it with your 3D eyes or not, the energy is still in existence, and the energy affects the energy. I mean, Einstein proved to us matter is neither created nor destroyed. That's part of the whole E=mc² equation. Energetic matter can change form from what we perceive as energy to what we perceive as solid mass and back again, but it never ceases to exist. So, when you start attuning your energy to feeling other energetic thought forms, first of all, you're opening up your intuition. So you are going to start getting a lot of information coming in from just the world around you. But you're also opening yourself up to interacting with energetic thought forms that are still in a cohesive form. Generally, this plays out in ways such as people who are interacting with residual haunts, haunts that are in places where the same thing occurs over and over and over in the same set of circumstances. That is an energetic form that has basically been recorded into the bedrock of the area. And you frequently find this in areas that have a high quartz content or a highly crystalline structure to the bedrock. Pennsylvania coal country is thick with these things. And they are not sentient. They are not interactive. They are a pre-recorded broadcast that has been contained within the crystalline nature of the bedrock. It's the same type of crystal that gives you the liquid crystal display on your television set. And you have people who are very, very sensitive to these and can see this recording being played back whenever the circumstances are correct. The circumstances may be you need the extra energy of a thunderstorm. The circumstances may be this only happens at certain times of the day or night. Whatever it was that preceded this recording. And these recordings could be created in a number of different ways. The recording could be something that happened every day at the same time, year after year after year after year, so that energy built up and deposited little by little. Or it could be some great traumatic event that released a huge amount of energy in one fell swoop and forced all of that energy into the recording in the bedrock. But again, these are not interactive. They are not something that you are working with directly. They are not spirits that can be freed from an earthly prison and encouraged to move on to their next lives. The other type of thought form that people tend to interact with once they open up to this world are the ones that are still cohesive thought forms from the previous vessel existence. See, what happens is after your vessel stops working and you transition into being purely in an energetic form, you have a choice in what sort of lessons you want to learn next. Some folks feel that they are not ready to move on into those new lessons because they have not completely tied up the details and the loose ends of the lessons of the life that was just left behind. Those tend to stick around. And if those stick around longer than they probably should have, longer past the point where anything could be resolved, they can become very frustrated by their situation. After a while, they start to feel stuck because they forget that they're an energetic form that can move on at any time. And these are the ones that when you watch the TV show and the medium says, okay, we're going to cross this one over into the light, this is who they're helping. Energetic thought forms who have become so stuck in the rut of what they have done ever since their physical vessel stopped that they have forgotten that they are energetic forms. They are acting as if they are still contained within the physical vessel. So that's the quick and the dirty on quantum mediumship, why it works, how it works, and what you're likely to encounter. Now, if you have any questions at all about exploring mediumship, I've been dealing with this sort of thing since I was 4 years old. Feel free to drop me an email, marnarenee@gmail.com. I will happily chat about it and see what I can do to help put your mind at ease as you're dealing with the repercussions of opening up to these energies. Oh, and a quick word of warning, when you do open up to these energies, and particularly the ones that are still cohesive, realize that you can interact with them. They do tend to flock to you a little bit just because they're lonely. They want someone to talk to, and if you're willing to talk to them, they'll show up. So in my next video, I'll talk about things that you can do to protect yourself from these type of beings, because most of the time they don't mean you harm, but they are frustrated and they are lonely, and some of them can be stage 5 clingers if you're not careful. But anyway, I'm Marna. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.